I'm here in the Fuji booth with Jim Calverly, a senior training manager for Fujifilm. He's going to show us a couple of new cameras that Fuji's got on display here. They take a couple of different directions for them. So Jim, what can you tell us about the new models?
Well, I've got one brand new one here that's pretty cool, actually. This is a new waterproof camera. This is the Finepix Z33 WP. And of course, the WP stands for waterproof. The great thing about this camera is it's go anywhere, do anything, any kind of condition, any kind of weather kind of a camera. It's not just for taking snorkeling or diving. It has a maximum underwater capacity of 3 meters or 10 feet, but it's also great for skiing or boating or bike riding. You know, you get it dirty, you get it wet, you hose it off, and it's fine. So up to 3 meters or 10 feet. And of course, it also has that Fujifilm face detection technology, up to 10 faces. It'll detect and adjust for focus and exposure with the auto red eye correction in camera. And it has a 10 megapixel CCD, 3 times optical zoom, and of course it's a non-extending zoom. And it has this great 2.7-inch LCD on the back. And of course all the buttons are rubberized, which lends to the waterproof design of the camera.
That's nice. Very nice looking little camera and very pocket sized too, very pocketable. I like the kind of rounded contours, very easy to just drop in the pocket.
Absolutely. It's sleek, it's slim, the colors are great, a color for every mood. And this camera will come in these 3 colors this year, the black, the pink, and the green. And these are out within the next few weeks. You should see them in stores.
Really, that quickly? And what's the price point going to be on them?
Price point, street price on these will be about $199.
Okay, that's a good price for a waterproof.
Absolutely.
All right, those are the waterproofs, and you have some other magic sauce there.
I have one other really cool camera that I'd like to show you, and this is the Finepix F200 EXR. The F200 EXR embodies all of our latest technology, and we're very proud to be announcing it here at PMA. The heart of the F200 EXR is a new CCD chip using our Super CCD technology. It's a 12 megapixel Super CCD EXR chip. The beauty of the EXR chip is that it will adjust for certain shooting environments. So there are 3 different settings for the EXR chip. One of them is a wide dynamic range setting, which will allow the camera to see up to 800% dynamic range.
Wow, so from what would normally be an overexposure, you can go 800%, 8 times that much, and it'll still hold the detail.
Exactly, hold the detail in very bright whites and also very dark blacks as well. So contrast is greatly expanded in this camera, particularly for a pocket camera. For us, a point-and-shoot camera, 800% wide dynamic range is unheard of. So that's one setting. The other setting is a signal-to-noise ratio that allows us to leverage high ISO with very, very low signal-to-noise. So in low-light shooting, it will optimize that with the EXR chip. The third setting is, of course, the high-resolution setting, which will leverage the full capability of the 12 megapixel chip that's inside. But the great thing about the EXR chip isn't just these different settings that optimize the camera for certain environments. The great thing is leveraging our SR Auto, automatic scene recognition, and coupling that with EXR, we have a setting on this camera called Auto EXR. And Auto EXR will automatically select the best setting for the EXR mode for the camera. So no matter whether you're in dark shooting environments, very bright shooting environments, or very scenes where you would need a good wide dynamic range setting on the camera will automatically recognize those settings and put it in the mode that will optimize the performance for the camera.
Well, that's great. Now, Fuji really pioneered the whole area of wide dynamic range. You had started with the SR sensor a number of years ago now, where it had the 2 different size pixels in it. So this is some kind of an extension of that technology now?
Well, what we do really is we leverage the high resolution of the 12 megapixel Super CCD imager. What we do in the high resolution mode is it's pretty much a standard 12 megapixel process. In the signal to noise ratio mode and in the wide dynamic range mode, it actually doubles up and gives you a 6 megapixel image that is extremely high quality in those certain types of shooting settings, so that we leverage kind of a double the power of a typical 6 megapixel sensor and give you a very, very high quality 6 megapixel image that's still suitable for printing at pretty good sizes.
Wow, that's great. And this is, I think you already told me, I apologize. When's this coming and what's the price point?
This is coming now within a few weeks. The street price on this camera will be $399. And just the basic speeds and feeds on it, it is a 5 times optical zoom. Again, we said 12 megapixel Super CCD EXR imager, and it has this nice, great big 3-inch LCD display on the back too.
Well, that's great. Cameras that can get wet and cameras that can handle any kind of exposure you throw at them from Fuji.